This video is not clickbait. I legit stole a car.
So back when I was 14 or 15 years old, I was one of those kids that always wanted to start driving. Everywhere we went, I would want to start the car, even like with my parents. I'd ask my dad for the keys and just go to the car, turn it on, and for some reason that would just make me feel better. I don't know, it was some kind of weird thing. I just love driving. Anyway, my family had a Kia van at that time, so let's just go with this for now. My dad was out of the country, had a conference at Dubai. My uncle, who was staying over at the time, my mom, sister, our family friend, and her daughter were downstairs in the living room. I was studying in my room upstairs when suddenly, out of nowhere, this light bulb turns on in my head and tells me to go take the keys and walk out of the house. So I creep down the stairs slowly and notice there's no one in the living room. But most of the noise was coming from the kitchen, and I bolt out of the house and I'm like, I gotta get out of here. So now I'm driving around the block in this white van, not knowing where to go, just going around our block like an idiot. I take a couple of strong turns around the corners and make the tires screech and think I'm like the boss now and like, oh my god, I'm drifting. And I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Anyway, I get back to the house, park the car, creep in slowly. So I head back in. My mom, our family friend, my uncle are sitting in the living room. They look at me and ask me, so where were you? And I'm like, I just lie. And I'm like, I was outside. And I go up to my room and continue studying. And suddenly the doorbell rings. And I'm like, who the hell is it? It totally crossed my mind. I just freaking stole my dad's car. So I go to the upstairs balcony and look over and see that my uncle's opened a door for some cops. And I'm like, oh shit, this cop looks mad. And suddenly I remember, I'm like, I stole my dad's car. That's why they're here. So my mom yells for me and she looks mad. My uncle gives me this look of like, you done fucked up. And I'm like, oh crap. I'm going to hell right now. So basically my mom asks me if I stole the car. I'm like, no, what? No, I just deny everything. Go back to my room. Actually, Googling freaking Grand Theft Auto stuff. And my uncle comes in. So he tells me how the cop was being all James Bond and 007 crap and like coming up with these freaking crazy freaking ideas about how the car was on the sidewalk parked wrong and how the wheels had their temperature like super high, like he put his hand and crap. Let's stop right there. I grew up in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh, which is like on the equator. Like, do you know how hot it gets over there? Like, don't tell me this bullshit about the wheels super hot. It's freaking 300 degrees over there. Anyways, my uncle continues telling me all this crap about how it's wrong, don't do this, blah, blah, blah. And he leaves. 2 minutes later, our family friend walks in, and I'm like, yeah. And she tells me the same crap, same bullshit about don't do this, don't drive, blah, blah, no license, all the stuff, like parents would tell.
Right after our family friend left my room, I remember my mom coming in with the phone in her hand and she's like, here you go, call your dad. And I'm like, Dad is like in another country right now. I'm like, freaking work. He's like, I don't care, you gotta call him right now and tell him exactly what you did. And I remember calling my dad and like him yelling and cussing the fuck out of me, and I'm like, alright, it's fine, whatever, like nothing happened. And he's like, what do you mean nothing happened? Like the cops found out about it, blah, blah. Advice to you guys, you kids out there that want to steal your parents' car. Well, I'm not gonna say don't, because I'm pretty sure there are kids out there that will. Just have ice maybe and a bunch of water to cool down the wheels when you return, and make sure you park the car exactly the same way you took it, just in case you have someone like what I had and you go through the same shit I went through. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.